Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Explore and Engage with Anam. My friends, my podcast is about social and political issues, both domestic and international. But today I'm going to be talking about something very different. Very, very different. It's an event that we don't get to see very often. I am talking about the total solar eclipse, the Great American Total Solar Eclipse. My friends, as of the recording of this episode, it's April the 7th, and tomorrow, which is April the 8th of 2024, tomorrow we will be experiencing the Great American Total Solar Eclipse. The path of totality reportedly would touch 15 American states. So from Texas all the way to the northeast part of the United States, there's a lot of excitement. Many communities that are in the path of totality, all those communities are seeing an influx of people from around the country and from around the world. Tourists are traveling huge, long distances to get to communities where they expect to experience totality, the path of totality. So there's a very nice map on the internet that you can look at. It's all over the internet. You can see which communities will be on the path of totality. And there are communities in Arkansas, in Ohio, in Texas, in Illinois. I mean, in various states, there are communities that are gearing up for a massive influx of people. It's going to be a once in a lifetime event. There's no doubt about that. And as a result of this, tourism dollars will see a huge boost. There are many communities in the United States that are looking forward to April 8th, because when a massive amount of people come to those communities, to those small villages, towns, and cities, they are going to be those visitors are going to be buying gas, they are going to be buying food, they are going to be paying for hotels or other accommodations, and it's going to lead to revenue generation. A lot of revenue will be generated in many communities as a result of this Great American Total Solar Eclipse. And so the economic impact in the communities on the path of totality, the economic impact is going to be tremendous. There's no doubt about that. But at the same time, there are many concerns. Communities have declared, there are states of emergency in various places in the country. Because of this eclipse, and many communities are prepared with emergency personnel, emergency supplies, and they have lots of there's emergency preparedness. That's what I want to say. And because something like this, I mean, it's not an annual thing. It's not a festival that takes place every year. It's not a festival that takes place, every other year. This is a once in a lifetime event. And no matter how much you plan, no matter how much you prepare, there may always be surprises that people haven't planned for. And so, on one hand, there's a lot of anticipation, there's a lot of excitement, but then on the other hand, there's a lot of fear. law enforcement personnel, they are getting ready to deal with any situation that may arise, and there are advisories and warnings for people. For example, authorities are saying if you're driving on the highway and you want to stop for the eclipse, don't do that. Don't stop for the eclipse on the highway. Don't pull up on the side of the highway, because if you do that, then it may lead to blocking the path for emergency vehicles. So if you want to stop somewhere and look at the eclipse, take a proper exit, go to a proper location, go to a proper parking area and park your vehicle. Don't just pull up on the side of the road. And then also, people are being asked to wear proper eye protection for the eclipse, and there are specific guidelines for that. It's not, you can't just wear any sunglasses or any eye protection. There's a specific form of eye protection that people will have to wear in order to safely experience the total solar eclipse. And then also, people are being asked to get sufficient fuel for their vehicle, and to be patient on the road, because there may be heavy traffic in many communities. And so as I am paying attention to the news, and I'm looking at all the updates and all the warnings, all the advisories, and I'm learning about the anticipation, what people expect. There are mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings. On one hand, it's very nice to see that people are excited. They are about to experience something that might bring us closer to having a strong appreciation for the universe that we live in. Okay. And then I think it's a wonderful opportunity for children and adults to know more about the universe, and to have a better understanding of our place in this universe. But then on the other hand, I'm also worried about the the negative things that may happen, because authorities have said, and I saw this during a news interview that I was watching on the internet. I heard a law enforcement officer say that cases of domestic violence and road rage may go up during the eclipse. And so that's something to be worried about. And it's not just an eclipse, it's even during full moon, domestic violence can increase. And I don't know the exact scientific explanation for this, but I'm sure an explanation does exist. I know that. And so, on one hand, there are all the good things that are going to be happening tomorrow. And on the other hand, there are reasons to be worried. So people must be aware of their surroundings. People must have proper eye protection. People must be patient. They must stay calm. They must be prepared with whatever supplies they may need, food, water, and gasoline for the vehicle. And then, there are always unexpected things that can happen, because there will be large gatherings. So anytime there's a large gathering, there are various concerns about crimes and lawlessness. And so, like I said, on one hand, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for many people to experience the total solar eclipse. And so, what would be ideal is if people take full advantage of this, to learn more about us, and to learn more about the world that we live in, and to learn more about the universe that we are a part of. And on the other hand, people must also understand that there are risks. So, just be aware of your surroundings. Make sure that that you and your family are safe, and have proper planning for accommodation, for transportation, for food and medicine and water and emergency supplies, and just have a good time, but be careful out there and follow guidelines from emergency personnel and the authorities. So that's all I have in terms of my thoughts regarding tomorrow. And I'm here in Wisconsin, so I'm um, I where I am in Madison, Wisconsin. This city is not in the path of totality, so I won't be able to experience the total solar eclipse. And to be honest with you, um, because this is also about personal preference, I prefer not to stare up at the sky and look at the sun and look at the eclipse. Okay, so I'm not planning on seeing the eclipse because I just don't want to. That's just my personal preference, and I know I'm not the only one. I've done a survey on social media. I've asked people to respond and to let me know if they are planning to watch the total solar eclipse tomorrow. And some have said yes, some have said no. So I know that I'm not the only one. There are other people out there who are not planning to look at the eclipse. Okay, I understand that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, but I prefer not to look at the eclipse. So that's just me. But for anyone who's going to be experiencing this, just be safe, have a good time, and take care of your family, and stay close to your friends, and have proper eye protection, and just be prepared with food and supplies and proper transportation and lodging if you're traveling out of town or out of state. So that's all I have, my friends. I hope tomorrow goes well, and obviously I'll be paying attention to the news afterwards to learn more about what people experienced and what their thoughts are. I'm sure there'll be lots and lots of news after the eclipse, so I'll be paying attention to those. Thank you so much for continuing to listen to my podcast, my friends, and I will be back again soon with a new episode of Explore and Engage with Anam.